All right. This is my um full review on Sinners. I seen it twice. The day came out on Friday 2 weeks ago, and the a week after, which was last Friday. Um, so much is going on. I was gonna write some notes of how I wanted to talk about Sinners, but I'm gonna just go off the dome. I haven't done one of these in a long, long, long time, so I said, "What the hell?" Right? So, Sinners is one of the blackest um movies I ever seen. I know it's part of the horror genre. I wouldn't even call it a horror flick. I would call it a um educational black ass movie. That's what it is. And Ryan has done his motherfucking thing with this one. Ryan and his wife and other people of color, I'm sure, and black people, BIPOC people, um, they wrote this one down. They wrote it down. And I gotta see what's his sign because I'm thinking he's somewhat of like a Taurus or a Virgo somehow because he is meticulous and he does his motherfucking research and he makes sure it is accurate. And I love that. His attention to detail in the writing is magnificent. The way this movie was shot, they had the IMAX and all this other stuff. His whole explanation of shooting in on a certain film the first time ever, like on the IMAX camera, whatever the hell. The explanation for that alone sold me. And I'm like, if this came out on Blu-ray or DVD, I want it because I need to see the director's cut. I need some more commentary on how this masterpiece was created. We need this. We need that. Or he needs to do a whole documentary on making this film. And absolutely, I love it. I love it. If you are a musician or a music head, now I'm not a blues head, but I'm a music head, and I know where the types of music that I like, where it comes from, where it's derived from, or whatever. Casting, amazing. Of course, when don't mind my dog Bronx, he's over there playing with his toy. He wants some attention. The casting, of course, when those two brothers get together, Michael Bakari Jordan and Ryan Coogler, when those two brothers get together, love it. They've been working with each other, what, 10, 15 years? I don't know. But I absolutely loved it. Them. Um, Miss Annie. Everyone's talking about how Annie, like some men, especially I've seen it from black men. I didn't see any other race of men talking about it. Black men was like, "Oh, I'm surprised she's a love interest or whatever." Of course, they're surprised because she's a darky and she's busty. She's a little thick or whatever. But I knew she was a lead lady, and the white woman. I call her. She's Gwen. She voices Gwen on the Miles Morales animated movies. Um, I knew one is each of them were for the twins, so I didn't think nothing of it. And as a thick girl myself, we stay getting ate up. We stay getting ate up. So I wasn't surprised at all. Um, Mr. Delroy Lindo, who seemed like he hasn't aged. It looked like he been 62 for 10 years. And Miles Canton, I believe his name is. It's Miles. I know that. He played the lead character Sammy, which this whole thing is wrapped around or whatever. Yeah, and this is his first role. I don't know if he knew her, he was on tour with her, what the artist her, and she told him about auditioning. He didn't know how to play a guitar. He learned how to play a guitar for this. And his voice, now I don't know how old he is in real life. Maybe he's 20, 21, but that boy, when he hit puberty, he sound like he swallowed a goddamn toad. That voice deep. He sound like the WB frog for real. Um, the main character in it, and damn, like he's like an old soul. Like this, Ryan wrote this for him. Everyone played their part. amazing. And I have to go back to Bakari, right? Michael, since we know his middle name now. We got to go back to Michael B. Jordan, right? Ciao. Michael B. Jordan played the hell out of both roles. He played twins. And I think this is going to be one of those things that's going to come back and be like Lindsay Lohan. Like, oh, Lindsay played two people? Oh, shit. This is how I feel. He played that Smoke and Stack, and I want both. I don't care. They're the same, but they're uniquely different. They're two different men. Absolutely. And he played the hell out of them. He played the hell out of them. Um, some nominations need to be coming from this. And now I don't know that made it in time for Oscars, Golden Globe, or whatever the hell it is. But child, everybody needs awards. I'm not gonna say the white woman needs a war because now it's a whole discussion about her being white passing whatever. I don't know, she's not even biracial. She's an octoroon or something like that. Her great grandfather is supposed to be half black, but it doesn't matter if it was in the 30s or in 2025. She operates her life. She operates this world as a white woman, so she's a white woman to me. Whatever. The moral of the story of this movie is about eating pussy. It's too many references to pussy, eating pussy to me, so it's hilarious. But it's about everything. I like that he had indigenous people in it, even though they were there a short part, and I think they could have been extended, but they was the first ones to be like, y'all gonna fuck around and find out. You know, they know this. And this is what's so crazy about it for me. What I got out of it is like the indigenous people of this land, of the Americas, um, they know America. They know this land. They know the people that come on this land. They know the animals. They know the stars, the moon, all of that. We should always listen. This is their land. We should always listen to indigenous people all the time. But we don't. We don't. And what's so funny is how Remick, the vampire, the villain, supposedly in this horror film, um how it was like the fallen angel because he just dropped burnt from the sky because he was being chased by these Choctaw people or whatever. But he's Irish, which is very interesting too because back then Irish wasn't considered white. But in the words of Godfrey, they keep saying they're the niggas of Europe, but y'all come over here calling us niggas, right? So, of course, as always, you chose your whiteness instead of what white supremacy, then got a hold of your ass too. And I thought that was so interesting because if they the niggas of Europe or whatever, they know what we going through over here because they went through it as well, right? So the Queen had they fucking UK had their boot on their necks forever and still do, as far as I'm concerned. They still do got they boot on your motherfucking necks just like they have it over here, where a place where we built this. We built this and y'all were just overseers, right? And that's exactly why a lot of Irish are police officers. They're pubs, they cop bars, or they're Irish bars. Usually, their cop bars are usually Irish bars. So y'all never let down that y'all never let down that that overseer role in your lives. It's passed down from generation to generation, right? And it's so interesting how he kept the vampire stuff in it, right? Now I'm not a vampire person. Like, I like vampire movies like, Interview with the Vampire show on AMC. Yeah, I love that shit right there. That's my shit. I wasn't like a Twilight person. True Blood. I love True Blood. I don't know if I watched it all the way to the end, but the part with vampires can't come into a room or come into a residence or a place, a business, whatever, without being invited. That's always one thing with vampires. Always know, but he kept it simple. The silver kills them. The wooden stake to the heart kills them. Whole garlic and holy water, I guess, also, and sunlight. He kept that simple, which I'm glad he did, and that's a part of it. But the one of the best, I know my brother is going to be laughing at me because I don't know the word for it, but one of the best scenes I ever seen to me was when Sammy's at the juke joint, right? And he's playing a song that he wrote for his dad. It's supposed to be like basically like a blues gospel type thing. You know, he was remixing it. But before remixing was a thing, right? We in 1930s. And basically he's calling upon the ancestor of the past, present, and future. So this is how we see where the music comes from. A real important line that Delroy said was like, this blues, this is ours. We brought this from home, meaning, the motherland, meaning Africa, right? It's not like that Christianity, the shit they gave us. We brought this from home. So he starts singing and playing that guitar that was given to him by the twins or whatever, and you see this long, I don't know, I call it like a onesie shot because it's one long, I'm sure it's a very technical term for it. My brother, who is a photographer, videographer, is probably gonna be mad at me, but I don't care. Um, I call it a onesie shot because it's one continuous shot. So I don't know the technical name for it. And it's going around the juke joint, and you see him basically conjuring ancestors from the past and the present and for the future. You see people from different countries of Africa dance, right? Before the 1930s. Then they push up to the future, the 70s. It looked like someone dressed as like Bootsy Collins type thing or George Clinton, right? Then they bring it a little bit further up and up to date with the hip hop. You see someone on turntables, right? Then what when they circle around to the Asian people, which was also real interesting that he incorporated, that he made sure he put in the film for it could be accurate. He had the Asian people, in the Mississippi Delta, there were Asian people who had stores, and they had store too. That in this town where they had stores on the black side of town and on the white side of town. Because I guess white people wouldn't sell to them to black people and vice versa. So they had them there. They're also there, and they're helping out with the juke joint that they have and for the community. Everyone knows the twins, and they back home from Chicago, got all this money. They trying to bring people together, right? The people that they know, the sharecroppers that they know together, right? And so we come around to the Asian people, to Bo, and then they have um I'm not Chinese figures. I'm not sure if it's anything in there like folklore or anything like that, or part of any other Chinese heritage or dance. They had Chinese dancers, then they had black ballerinas. They had some people crip walking. They had people break dancing, and it was just as he playing, and he on playing that guitar and singing his ass off. Like the blues is in him. And it was just one continuous shot of everyone dancing. And that shit was amazing because it's like that part, that's why I teared up a little bit, because it was just amazing to see that everything derives from somewhere. Like, they say gospel's part of blues. Blues is hip hop. Everything it was blues is that type of music that can turn into anything, and that's what it was showing. And it was like, basically him conjuring up ancestors or whatever from this guitar, and that's what attracted Remick, the villain, the vampire, to him. Like, yo, he got some skills. I want him. I want him because if he's able to do that, then maybe he can do that for me. Basically that's what I'm getting from it. And them invite the whole point, about being invited in, that makes me think about, inviting white people to the freaking cookout type shit. That's what I thought about the second time when I watched it, cause watched the movie. It's like we always want to invite people, we always want to invite the devil in this motherfucker. Why can't we just gatekeep our shit? And why is it okay to, because of capitalism, with freaking Stack ass trying to get money and sending his white bitch over there to get money, we invited them in. Why we need to invite them in? It's okay if it's just us. If it's just us. And he dropped the gem for us, by us. Right? They hit us with the FUBU line. Come on now. Come on now with the FUBU line in the 1930s. Just for us, for the share with people that's been in those fields all day. And that was really important to me. Like, and I'm like, yo, Ryan Coogler, you deserve all the flowers with your Bay Area ass. This shit was a great piece of work. We haven't seen it in a long time. And I'm just so happy for him. I'm happy for them. This was amazing. This was so amazing. But that was one part of it. There's a lot of other details. It's so many themes that's in this film and in this movie. It's just like I can't get it straight. I probably should have wrote it down, but I just wanted to say those things that I absolutely love about it. Oh, of course. We had our hoodoo woman, which is very important. Which is very important. And Joe Budden said it best, which is hilarious. Joe Budden was like, don't trust white bitches or white people for that fact. But behind every black man is a strong black woman. And they be knowing. And they be knowing stuff that our black men or even other black people cannot see. She was the real hero in this. Even though she passed, she is the real hero in this. The hoodoo woman. That's some black shit. That's a black American shit. Hoodoo? Come on now. Even though there's a lot of black Christians down to the internet, so, oh, I can't see that as demonic or whatever the case may be. Hoodoo is not a religion. Hoodoo is not a religion. It is a practice. It's not a religion. But how dare you? Disrespectful. Just wild. And why would you go see a film called Sinners? Like, I'm so sick of y'all niggas, yo. Get on my goddamn nerves. Y'all the niggas that the Choctaw people would have been like, I told you what it is. He's not what he say he is. God bless. And keep it pushing. I'm getting on my horse. The sun going down. I'm going back to my area in Mississippi because I ain't fucking with y'all hoes. And that's it. Um, yes. Annie, the hoodoo woman that likes to grab crotches and say you didn't miss me and like to do roots and stuff. And she knew what it was. She thought it was a hint, which a hint is, I heard it before, is basically like a ghost. And like, no, these are vampires. She calls it. And then what was even more hilarious, don't ever insult a black woman by how she fry her food, meaning chicken, and how she fry her fish. Talk about cornbread. Talk about she had some old stale grease. And he was a comedy relief in this one. God, what's his? I think the actor name is Omar something. You did your shit, cornbread. You did your shit. But them going back and forth, he gonna insult her frying her food. Talk about her fish with old grease, stale grease. Like she's like, I knew something. She knew something wasn't right when he tried to criticize her frying her fish, how her fish tastes. She already knew. She said, admit it. You did. I've been going around saying that myself. That's one of the lines why I keep saying. But yeah, she is the savior. She didn't survive, but she was the savior, and I was okay. I was okay with that or whatever, because she wanted to meet. She had someone meeting her on the other side, which is her and Smoke Baby or whatever. And she was dressed in all white, and she had baby breath in her hair, and she was feeding her baby. when it went and just shows you, white represents, our ancestors and crossing over to the other side. I thought that was so amazing. And Smoke looked like he died too. And, you know, seeing her, he about to transition. He about to go meet at the crossroads for real. But amazing. Amazing, amazing. And of course, I stayed for the credits or whatever because it was some after credit stuff or whatever. But the main thing I wanted to see, who was the costume designer? Who was the costume? My girl Ruth. I don't know if it's Ruth Carter. I don't know. But Ruth, ain't that the truth, Ruth? She do her thing with the costume. She has attention to detail as well. And I like how the twins were dressed, and Smoke dressed in that Hank blue, and then Stack in the burgundy. Um I love it. I absolutely loved it. Um and this is what I want to show. So in the beginning of the film, I know I'm all over the place. Sammy comes, he drives up in the car. Now it's a man with a white horse and a buggy, and he's dressed in all white. Now I don't know if he transport people to the church or whatever. He busts open into the church. Sunday morning service. His father, which is Sal Williams, the great poet himself, it plays his father. And I'm like, he come in there, one shoe, I think, I don't even know, bloody up, clawed in the face, dirty. His guitar, the handle of the guitar, not even the body of the guitar with him. And all his father say is drop the guitar and leave this devil music alone. I'm fucked up, pops. I'm scared. I'm sweaty. I stank. I'm covered in blood. I got freaking slashes across my face. And you talk about drop this guitar? This guitar saved my life. That's why he got the fuck on out of there. That guitar saved his life, which has silver in it too, and it's wood. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So another part in it that I absolutely love was the end, right? Everybody's basically dying and all this other stuff, and you have Sammy trying to get away. Still got that guitar in his hand. He gets to a body of water, trying to get away from Remick, and Remick he got a hold of him, like he's holding his face, right? And he's talking to him, and then Sammy starts saying the Lord's Prayer, and then here go Remick. He starts saying the Lord's Prayer because he knows it. Because the people that colonized his people taught him the same damn thing. He knew it. The people who stole his father's land, like he said, colonized him and his people. They taught him the same thing, the same religion. And when he said stole my father, I'm like, oh damn, Remick is a vampire. He's like 1,000 years old. But that was mad symbolic, yo. That was wild. All the connection, like this writing is unbelievable. And I know I'm missing a lot of stuff, but that was important to me as well. Also, the sex scenes was regular, it was no nudity, just just regular sex scenes or whatever. But what I did like was that they were going to the juke joint. It is who was it? It was Stack, Delroy Lind, what's his name? Damn, I can't remember. Oh, Delta Slim and Sammy, he's in the back seat, and they go by a chain gang, right? Which chain gangs are still they still happening. So they go by a chain gang, and he knew all of them. And Sammy asked him, he's like, "You know them?" He was like, "Yeah, I know all of them." Then he tells a story about what happened to his friend being they made up a story of him and about him, killing a white man or killing or raping a white woman or something like that. And he tells the story about him. They caught him, they lynched him, and castrated him. But he's telling the story, but they don't show it. You just hear it goes on in the background, what's happening to him screaming, the like an angry mob hunting him and stuff like that. And then while he talking about it, is you hear the pain in his voice, and then he hit that he in his leg, and then that's when he starts singing or whatever, the blues. Like the blues is from pain. That's where it comes from. It's from pain. And then uh what Stack told him, to you hear him playing that, you hear him singing, boy, or you got that guitar in your hand, boy, and they just start going or whatever. Community is definitely about community as well. That's what I got. One of the themes I got from it is community, bringing everybody together. You coming back home? We got all this money. We done robbed these niggas. It looked like he robbed from the Irish, and they robbed from Smoking Stack robbed from Irish and Italians in New York, in Chicago. And had them thinking that it was each other, which was a good plan. That's how you do. Robbed all them niggas and brought it down to Mississippi to open up a juke joint. And people, and it shows flash towards the end. It shows the flashes of the people that helped out, all of sharecroppers, all the people they grew up with, and it was amazing. This was also the director of photography, of videography, whatever, of visual, of lighting, whatever, is a woman, and is not a white woman. She know how to light dark-skinned people, dark-skinned black people. Cause looking at them, it wasn't like all shadowy, you couldn't see. She know how to light people faces. Let's go. Let's go, Ryan. We're picking her or hiring her. I don't know. And also what was also amazing about this, Ryan know what he doing. So the deal that he got with Warner Brothers, I'm guessing, or whatever, after 25 years, the rights go back to him. That never heard of. Never talking about, like now people articles talking about, oh, what's gonna happen to the movie studios? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? So after 25 years, the rights to this movie go back to Ryan. Also, he got first dollar. He didn't have to wait to the movie recoup. He got the money that was made on Friday. He got his check. He got his money. That's how you do. That's how you create generational wealth with your family. That's how you do. That's how you feed your babies, your babies' babies, your babies' babies' babies. That's how you do. Man, this is great. He deserved everything. And now I hear his next thing is X Files. I'm with it. That was my shit on Channel 5. I ain't never watched that movie, but what you call him, Scully, that was my shit. And I can't wait to see what he do, because his attention to detail is amazing. And I think it's important. I love it. I love it. It's just so black. I'm here for it. I am so here for it. So I know my review was all over the place, but you let me know what you thought about it. You let me know what y'all thought about it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all them good things, comments. But keep it cute in the comments, because I'll be blocking y'all. Okay?